This tutorial demonstrates how to import item data into QuickBooks using QIntegrator. The template files and sample data are available from the resources section of our website at www.qsoftware.co.uk. The tutorial uses the Port Meadow Locksmiths Limited sample company file provided with QuickBooks 2008. The first thing we'll do is start QuickBooks. Then select the Port Meadow Locksmiths file, which has a file name of samplecompanyfilepro.qbw. Because we're using a sample company file, QuickBooks notifies us. We'll click OK to continue. Now that QuickBooks is running, we'll start QIntegrator. Before importing the item data, we'll take a look at the QIntegrator template by right-clicking the template name and choosing Edit Template. What you now see is the template detail window. Each template has a name as shown in the template field here. It also has a type shown here, which for this template is set to Import Item. Below these fields are a series of tab screens used to configure the template: File Source, Mapping, Email Source, Delimiters, Import, Export, and Test. Let's take a look at the File Source tab. The File Source tab enables you to specify the location, name, and other characteristics of the import file. For this sample template, the Import Folder field shows the location of the data we're going to import. You can select the folder either by typing the full path in or by using the Browse button here. The file format is then specified here, followed by the file name here. As this is an Excel spreadsheet we're importing data from, the sheet name is entered here. Finally, the QuickBooks connection is set here. Notice that the Import File Name field label is hyperlinked. This enables you to view the source data with a single click like this. Our sample import data contains 7 rows of information. The first row is a header and simply contains labels to identify the data. The Excel spreadsheet doesn't need to be open for the import to run, but will minimize as we'll refer to it later in this tutorial. The Mapping tab shows where the data in the import file will go inside QuickBooks. Here you can see the column headings from the Excel file in the Tag column, along with their relative column numbers in the C column. Looking at the first line of the import map, you will see that the name field from Excel column 1 is used as a key field and will be imported to the item inventory table in the name field. The purchase description field from Excel column 2 is imported to the item inventory table in the purchase desk field, and so on for each Excel column until they have all been mapped. With stock items, there are a number of required fields. These are shown in the bottom 3 rows, and in our case, this data does not come from the Excel spreadsheet. The required data is an income account, in this case called Sales, which is to be inserted into the Income Account Ref Full Name field here. Likewise, a cost of goods sold account called Locks and Safes Purchases needs to be inserted into the COGS Account Ref Full Name field here. And finally, an asset account called Stock needs to be inserted into the Asset Account Ref Full Name field here. When importing data, we don't need to set options on each tab. So next, we'll jump to the Import tab. Here you can see the import options for this template. Notice that we've only set some of these. At the top, Header Skip Rows has been set to 1. This is because the Excel spreadsheet has a header row which just contains labels as indicated here. The other import options that we need to set are the Import to Table field and also the Product Edition field. All the settings for our template are correct, so we can just click the Close button to continue. When designing and creating templates, it's important that you can test them before loading live data into your QuickBooks file. QIntegrator provides you with two test modes called Test Template and Test Import. The first tests the template to make sure you've got your design correct. If we run the test template, you'll see that the details section shows some statistics about the test, including the test type, the number of records processed, whether any were skipped, imported or errored. Next, we can use the test import mode. This checks that the data to be imported into QuickBooks matches the QuickBooks data requirements. Again, the details section shows the statistics from the test import run, including the number of processed records and the number that will be imported. The log at the bottom of the screen here shows informational messages to assist you if you have any problems. Before importing the data, let's take a look at the QuickBooks file and bring up the item list to see the records already in the company file. Now, let's bring up the spreadsheet. The 6 new item records shown here will be imported into QuickBooks and appear in the item list as soon as we run the import process. Switching back to QIntegrator, we'll run the import process by clicking the Import button. The import process loads the data in just a few seconds and displays the number of records processed, skipped, imported, and whether any error occurred. As with the test import, the log shows us informational messages, and on the right-hand side we see a confirmation message for each record imported. Switching to QuickBooks, we can see the item records that have been imported. All of them begin with the letters HSA. If we click Edit on one of them, we can view the details for the item, including its item name, description on purchase transactions, cost, COGS account, description on sales transactions, sales price, and income account, all correctly entered in the appropriate fields. As you have seen, QIntegrator makes it quick and easy to import inventory item data into your QuickBooks system at the touch of a button. And importing the data means that errors introduced when rekeying are eliminated. That concludes the tutorial on importing inventory items with QIntegrator.